I have arrived here at Akwidaa, and I'm being welcomed by my tour guide, Godmond, who introduces me to the fisherfolks seated in their boats, with others on benches and red empty gallons under the trees that serve as sheds for them while they mend their fishing nets. Few of them are fast asleep, enjoying the breeze from the river Enzele that connects with the sea. The atmosphere here depicts a picture of what happens at any of the fishing community in the country around this period. The young, middle, and old-aged men are sleeping. Perhaps there is nothing or very little to do now, as the government, through the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, has announced this year's closed season. The annual season of fishery closure holds from 1st to 31st of July for the artisanal fleet and 1st of July to 31st of August for the industrial fleet. During this period, fisherfolks take it as an opportune time to service any faulty boats, undertake maintenance works, and fix damaged fishing gears. Akwidaa is a significant town with its closeness to Cape 3 Point, which is located at the southmost tip of Ghana with a population size of about 8,000 people. In Twi, Akwidaa means an old man who during the Dutch colonial times used to ferry people across the river Enzele, with its district capital being Aguna-Nkwanta. Call it a twin town, the new and the old Akwidaa. The only wooden bridge that connects the two communities was constructed by a former MCA in the year 2004. So I'm here to engage residents who are predominantly fisher folks on how they are able to survive the close season period, challenges and expectations. The sound of the sea wave rolling to the shore, very calm and clean as expected during this period, but unfortunately the mode of fisher folks domiciled here at Akwidaa does not communicate same. They seem worried and disturbed with thoughts of where their means of survival will come from. Isaac, a fisherman with a wife and 5 kids, joins his folks here at the shore, where several canoes are docked in compliance with a sea closure. Besides, one of them is a wooden framed Ludo game they play when less busy, and a radio set that serves as source of information when on their fishing expedition. Isaac laments the economic hardship the closed season is associated with. He first admits the importance of this science-driven government policy, which stops all fishing activities on the sea for a period of time, aimed at replenishing the country's depleting fish stock. His facial expression while I engaged him tells how worried and distraught he is.
But Nina Nature so I watch you all. Send the man watching one day. The patient and I know there, them time a deal to Manu. I bring what black here, and I found Kubia. I bend them some with the behind and you walk. And then I am there, Bano, or baby from war, I have a free from. But won't do my agree. The Nina Nature, him there, or by I am open. Now the more by ya, upon your qua.
55-year-old Kwamina, who thinks the closed season intervention has yielded no results since its introduction and therefore must be cancelled, raises a major concern, which happens to be the topmost bane of many fishermen living along the coast of Ghana. This is the intrusion of foreign trawlers, mostly owned by the Chinese, and the threats they pose to these artisanal fishermen. Some of the fishermen I interacted with described how bad their encounters have been with these Chinese, who sometimes wield guns to threaten the lives of these fishermen that survive on the catch they make daily. A story is told of others breaking empty bottles in an attempt to stab the fishermen with. Trawlers have engaged in widespread illegal fishing in Ghana's waters. And this is a source of worry, not only to Kwamina, but each fisherman I have spoken with since I arrived here at Akwidaa. These trawlers fail to report huge catch volumes to the states and destroy the small pelagic fish population which are reserved for local communities, including Akwidaa. There is now a grave concern that Ghana fisheries will soon collapse, impacting the livelihood of a little over 8,000 people living here at Akwidaa and other coastal towns. Akwesi, a young fisherman who recently had an encounter with some of these Chinese on a trawler, and shares his experience. Studies have shown that as many as 100 trawlers are targeting the same fish that artisanal fishermen have been catching for generations. West Africa waters are some of the most overfished in the world, with high levels of illegal and unreported fishing. Foreign flagged vessels from big fleets, including those of the EU and China, are encroaching on traditional fishing grounds. The socio-economic and ecological costs for local populations are huge, and scientists in West Africa warn of imminent collapse in West African fish stocks if measures are not taken to curb overfishing. Convener for the Ghana Fisheries Alliance and Programs Manager of Friends of the Nation, Kojoche Yamwa, suggests some immediate steps to be taken to deal with the illegal activities of these foreign trawlers.
There is more to be done to ensure that the laws are working, to ensure that there is effective deterrence. That would mean that the Marine Police and the Fisheries Enforcement Unit needs to be supported to go out there to do beach combing, inspect fishing gears or fishing vessels to see that if there are any illegal gears, to also show presence on sea, to also ensure that fisherfolks who may want to violate the law are deterred. So the idea of enforcement is to ensure that there's a wrong signal or a strong signal sent to quote recalcitrant fishermen who want to break the law. As we speak now, Ghana has another yellow card since 2021 from the European Union Commission on the fact that we've not been able to let our own laws work. That means that there's weak enforcement of the laws and there's weak compliance of the laws.
The use of nets with wrong mesh sizes, dynamites, poisons, and lights for fishing have been the bane of artisanal fisheries in Ghana for ages. In 2017, fishermen in the coastal regions of the country agreed to put a stop to the use of illegal means of fishing to arrest the consistent decline in the stocks of fish within the coastal waters. But fisherfolks here reveal otherwise, as the practice persists, according to Ejabrina.
The main what you pop on what is car bag, did it, I don't know what is happening. anka we ye free nso no na so e wutu e ku ya bena ko di na me nya so asan so ja ko ndi still tell na 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 wa ha no ama anam no hun pa anaso yin na me bi afan be free.
The men who live along coastal communities such as Akwidaa are not the only one worried. Their wives, predominantly fishmongers, are also challenged. Their wish is to have more calculated efforts and some support advanced to keep natives whose livelihood depend on fishing with alternative income sources. Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Mavis Hawaii Kumsin, in one of her recent working visits to the Western region, distributed some items such as rice, oil, basins, and wire mesh to Fisherfolks. Though the minister's gesture is appreciated, fishmongers, including Cynthia Daze, who owns several traditional ovens for fish smoking, suggests advancing financial assistance as grants or soft loans will be more welcoming.
This is our talk women, and I'm going to force her as a mere cacao one, but I should show. Maybe I shall feed my uncle appearing in a banana. Nanka other day, I see pa, you too. That I have a nanka, I see exactly. In your banana way. This is our uncle copy, or the mass so much on that, your man to go off and the motor and I think a
The Fisheries Committee for the West Central Gulf of Guinea has received official communication from the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, confirming that it will implement a fishery closed season in its economic exclusive zone from July to August 23. According to Fisherfolks are engaged, this communication will bring more hardship to worsen their precarious situation. Essie, also a fishmonger, narrates the effects of the closed season on her finances. Prior to the season, she could make about 1,000 cedis a day from her fish smoking business. But that isn't the same now due to lack of fish. And that means she has to dip into the little she could save prior to the close season to cater for the kids.
That may be 5 million.
65-year-old Papa Kojo, who returned from Ivory Coast several years ago to take up fishing as a profession, tells how the fortunes of the fishing trade has dwindled in recent times as compared to his time. He had to stop the trade after developing any injury.
Na mama mebe buana ontida ora akọ daazigi ya na say oto obo a utenge bu ha ora apanama wa wonye so o chefo so akwa we ya nampa ta ma boat fu we bu ana anam wo zumba ana na me yana wo popa de how I help ana eyi de biara ebien yi wo botum wotu akoda ha efi akoda ha zerko axim ana na me yana kwa da am abroad as the call and for 20 years as the call 30 no anano aname yana kura.
Papa Kojo, just as any other fisherman, wishes that the close season will give the desired result someday soon. This wish, if it comes to fruition, will see Fisherfolks attain the seemingly far-fetched lifestyle they long for, like giving their children better education, and not to force youth in fishing communities to want to venture into legal mining, a practice that is causing so much damage to our land and forest reserves. While fishermen of Akwidaa fashion out how to survive this year's close season, a key thoughts on their minds is where to raise money to clear their debts accrued from the acquisition of fuel to undertake fishing expedition. The assemblyman of Akwidaa electoral area is Emmanuel Boni. He is also secretary to 4 canoe owners.
I, being as everyman, I'm a secretary to 4 canoes. I tell you the depth of fuel that I've consumed to shock you. The 4 canoes have only about 45,000 Ghana cedis. So I'll be saying 45,000 Ghana cedis for the 4 canoes. Because we're all trying to pay, but well, this year didn't go, let's try the next year. Like, we force something, let's, and it has been what? Accumulating. It has been accumulating. And as I'm talking to you right now, even if the close season is over, I'm even thinking about August, how I can even get money to even get fuel for my people. It has come a major challenge.
Not only do residents here of Akwidaa need assistance to improve their living conditions, they also call for the only deplorable road leading to the township fixed to facilitate effective development in the area. From K3 Point to the town has never seen the teeth of a grader, I'm told. As I leave Akwidaa back to Takoradi, the Fisherfolks add that the distraction caused by high tidal waves is another problem to which they are seeking a solution. For Assassin News, my name is Isaac Hughes, reporting from Akwidaa in the Western Region.
Fisheries Commission, Canoe Council, Aiko.